And we're live.
Yay!
Hey guys!
Hello, hello. Welcome. Who wants to play some Dungeon World?
We do!
Yep.
I do.
Yay! And we're live.
Who wants to not die?
Me, definitely.
Oh,
Fight extra hard this session.
so cute. Yeah, real good.
Is not dying.
Yeah. Do you, Stephanie, do you want to do the intro or shall I?
You can, no problem.
Alrighty. So, yes, hello. Welcome, everybody, to the Meat Grinder. I will be your game master. I am the chef of this nightmare. Yeah, we're playing a slightly modified pre-character creation origin story version of Dungeon World in which all of these excellent people are playing a bunch of useless peasants, and we are here to watch them struggle not to die one by one as they go looking for their missing village friends. Yeah, let's do some introductions, shall we? You want to start, Jess?
Sure. Hey guys, my name is Jess. I make art and junk under the name of Silden. You can follow me on Twitter at Silden, and make sure you follow Misscliks on Twitter as well.
Awesome. Livy?
My name is Olivia. My gamer tag is LivyB. You can find me. I'm a full-time streamer currently on twitch.tv/LivyB and on Twitter at LivyB, which is, I think, actually under Kira's name right now. Kira's webcam. But that's my Twitter. You can find me there. And I still have my 3 characters alive, and I intend to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've only had one dead character so far. Kira, tell us a little about yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kira McGran. I make enamel jewelry and other art things. And I write about gender and equality in gaming over at Gaming as Women, a blog. You can follow me on Twitter at Kira Nanzi if you like. And I'm excited for all my characters to die so that I have more later, more characters. How you win at this game, right?
Stephanie, if our producer can tear herself away from producing for just a second and introduce herself.
She's muted.
Oh, no.
I can still hear you.
There we go.
I'm Stephanie. I am a Misscliks person. Follow all the Misscliks things and have fun, and I'm excited to play some Dungeon World, and I'm super distracted.
Stephanie is the real boss. I'm game mastering the group. She's game mastering the stream.
And I'm doing a really half-assed awesome job right now. I love it.
Why do anything with your whole ass if you can
Right.
manage?
One cheek. Thank you for taking charge, Adam.
No problem. I'm Adam Koval. I wrote most of this game. You can follow me here now because this is all that matters. Let's get to it. So in our previous game, we created some characters. Everybody want to do a real quick name and job rundown of the remaining peasants? While you're doing
Sure.
that, I'm gonna repost the thing in chat, the little chart, so everyone can look at all the cool
Oh yeah.
work that I made. But
Let me go first, and then that way I can fix the other overlay.
Word, do it.
So we're just doing name and occupation?
Yeah, just go through the 3 characters you got.
Okay. I have a villager named Lavinia, who is a halfling brewer. She spent her last episode drunk and watching everyone else fight. Daryl, the boat right. Nothing else interesting I wrote down. Sorry. And Aquel the
How many planks does Daryl
Aquel the
have?
net maker. Ah, yes, 0.
He lose all of them?
He did lose all of them. He did.
5 points.
They
Did
fell down.
Daryl switch genders from the last session? It's okay.
Oh, Daryl is a woman. You're right. It's the name is throwing me off. Daryl is a woman.
Okay.
Aquel is my male character, who almost was killed last time, but was not.
Aquel the net, right?
Yes.
All right. Who's next? Go. Anybody.
Cool. Well, I have 3 characters still left alive.
Yes.
One is a blacksmith, goes by the name of Darrell. She's got small eyes and is also naive. Her children were killed off in the last episode, but Noelle is denial, so she's not really affected by it too much. She does carry around the remaining, I guess, objects that were at the time of death, but that's neither here nor there now anymore. Elf Hunter is my second character. Goes by the name of Galaniel. Yes, nailed it.
Nailed it.
He is also very proud and has a swan-like neck. She's actually got some pretty good stats too, so I'm hoping to keep her alive. The last character I have is Elodia. She is a trapper by trade. Her traits are broad shoulders and she's very secretive. Kind of kept in the back of everything, all the action last time. Nothing really interesting with her.
Alrighty. Kira?
Yes, I have Tenoniel, the elven troubadour, who has pop eyes. That's all Nothing happened there except she like hopped across the bridge because she's an elf.
Yeah, right.
That's exciting. And then there was Blythe, the chapman, that we learned was also a merchant, and I don't know, has a bunch of worthless baubles. Didn't really do much either. She's stone cold. And then Estra, the bricklayer, who is like the character who did the most because she smashed a lot of bricks into tree zombies and dead children.
I was trying to think of a joke about like mortars and throwing things and stuff, but I'm not clever enough to. But it's there. There's a joke there somewhere. Someone
It's there.
Work on it this second. And those are my three characters. They're all still alive.
How about you, Jess?
Awesome. I apologize for my coffee, guys. I am.
You're not.
I'm playing Thorfiviel, my short but confident elf wanderer, who had that almost very sticky situation with the gate to the keep last week.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, my swineherd Gwen the Hunchback, who we all adore.
Everybody's favorite swineherd / hunchback.
She's destined for great things.
Yeah.
Yes. As prophesied by Darrell.
Excellent. All right. So, yeah, as I mentioned, you all are outside this keep, this haunted keep that's been looming over your village for generations untold. And you've come up to investigate the keep.
Sorry.
Looking for
no.
litter missing from your village. Stuff for you would be okay over there?
I lost you guys. Hold on.
Awesome.
Okay, we're good. I accidentally minimized something I wasn't supposed to.
I wish I could help.
No, I'm good. Everything's fine.
You guys, Steph does so much hard work. Applaud Steph. Yay, Steph.
Thank you. Go team.
Oh.
So yeah, last time you did the combat with two weird plant zombies that came out of a tree, who happened also to be Darrell's former sons, and having bested them, also defeated in single combat a bridge and a door. So congratulations on those. And I think where we left off, you're at the bottom of a massive pile of stones around the north side of the keep. You had kind of run around there when you were attacked by two beastmen that tried to get at you through the gate. There was an alarm going off, the heavy iron bell tolling, and there's some sort of indistinguishable barking coming from the keep. But you guys are standing at the bottom of this pile of massive stones, and it looks like an alternate route into the keep. So, one thing that I wanted to remind everybody, if you are looking for bonuses in which to help you succeed at your rolls, you get a +1 if you're doing anything related to another character you have a bond with. You get a +1 if you can bring your character's job into play, if their job matters in some fashion. And then you can always spend luck until you don't have any, and then wonderful things will happen to you. You actually, if you spend below, if you have 1 luck and you choose to spend it, then your character will just die in some horrible way. But
So, for example, when I was smashing bricks into people's faces last session, I could have gotten a +1 because it involved my profession, kind of.
We would have had a conversation about that.
Okay.
That's like that. I mean, you're standing next to what amounts to a giant pile of bricks now. So, what would y'all like to do? There is the possibility that those beastmen are going to get the gate up and come running around, or that they're scrambling up the other side of the pile. Though, as I described them the last time, the pile looks pretty unsafe for climbing from this perspective.
Oh yeah, well, piles of bricks are like Blythe's specialty, right? Or Estra's specialty. So I'm totally gonna look at those and figure out what we should do with them, or how to get through safely somehow.
You'd like to discern the realities of this pile of bricks?
We would.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll. You can add your wisdom, and yeah, you can take the +1.
Okay. How do I do this again? 2. Oh. No, I did it wrong.
Slash first. Slash R. And then you gotta add your bonus.
So I think I done.
Do you have a wisdom bonus? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. You get a 10.
I'll get a 10 out.
What questions would you like to ask me about yon pile of bricks?
Tell me again the questions I can ask, because the page isn't in front of me.
You can ask what happened here recently. You can ask me what is about to happen. You can ask what should I be on the lookout for. You can ask me what's useful or valuable to you. You can ask who's really in control, and you can ask what here is not what it appears to be. You get 3 of them because you got a 10 or better.
Okay, what should I be on the lookout for?
The longer you wait, the more time you give the beastmen to get up on top of the pile from the other side and rain arrows down on you.
Okay.
And kind of out in the open, so it's not a safe place to continue to be.
Okay, what here is useful or valuable to me?
Well, if you were careful or an elf, you could ascend the rocks and get into the keep. The less dexterous members of your party, particularly those who might be drunk at the moment, will have a much harder time of it. Falling is just one danger. The pile itself is unstable, so.
No, okay. And what here is not what it appears to be? Did I ask that already?
Nope, but that's a good question. So looking at not the crown of the pile, but near the base where the wall has sort of fallen in, you can see that between two of the massive blocks, there's a strange bluish mist sort of seeping out. You wouldn't have noticed it before because it's getting dark or whatever, but you're closely examining the pile. It seems like there's actually something buried under the edge of the pile of stones.
And that's where the blue mist is coming from?
Blocking an entrance maybe to something below the keep. You'd have to move the bricks to get that out of the way.
Okay.
Car-sized stone blocks.
Who's playing Elodia? Can't remember. Livy? Is she? I can't remember. She's the trapper elf trapper.
Just the trapper, human trapper.
Human trapper. Okay. So Estra, the bricklayer, walks over to her and she points out that blue thing in the ground. She's like, I think there's a hole down there. You understand how holes in the ground work. You're a trapper, right?
Yeah, that blue mist has got to be coming from somewhere. I think we should investigate.
We're going to have to move fast, though, because I have a feeling they're going to be climbing through that brick anytime now. That's some really old brick.
It looks pretty dangerous. I don't want to be out here for too long. It's going to get pretty unsafe pretty fast.
Can you help me dig this hole out?
Okay.
Okay, so Elodia and Estra are going to start. What are you guys doing? So these are big, massive stone blocks. You could try to pry them apart or dig out the ground under them to try and get under there. What do you want to do?
Oh, I see. I don't know. What do you do?
I do have broad shoulders. Does that help?
You might.
Maybe.
I have some rope. Can we tie rope around a giant rock and pull it away?
Pull it as a team.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Aquel has some rope.
All right. So Aqua, you're gonna tie the rope around the nearest like big stone.
Yeah. And then,
Okay.
and I'm a net maker, so I know how to tie good knots.
Okay.
Do I need to roll?
Now, who's pulling on the rope? Like, you have 50 feet. That's a lot of rope. So you can get lots of people on there. Just everybody.
Everybody.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Is the halfling helping though?
Not everyone can literally help. Like,
Lavinia's probably not helping. She's probably sitting on her keg again.
We're getting angry at her.
What?
She gives you beer after every time.
I mean, I guess it's fair.
Remember that.
It sounds to me like Estra and Elodia are the orchestrators of this plan. Let's let Aquil and Estra, you can both help Elodia do this, but everybody else will be contributing in some fashion. Otherwise, there'd be no way you could pull the brick aside.
So do we roll a thing?
Elodia, well, I mean, it sounds to me like strength, but you're not really like. There's no danger inherent in the pulling. Like, you can just do it. There's no roll to make.
Oh, okay, cool.
You do hear as you're getting set up, like it's going to take a while. You do hear like the scrabbling of creatures climbing up the other side. So, I mean, if you all pull on this and they come over the edge, they're going to get some shots at you, or they're going to be able to throw rocks at you without anybody being able to do anything. Like, Lavinia is like on watch, but no one is really like keeping an eye on the pile. So you might want to split up, watch, or
let's split the party.
Well, you don't have to go anywhere.
Does anyone have any like ranged shit that can like stand watch and?
Well, my elf hunter, she has a bow equipped, a short bow.
Maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so Galaniel, you're gonna stand watch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Elodia, you gear your broad shoulders into it and start, giving the rope a pull. The bricks, the stone, the massive stone starts to shift slightly. You can tell just from the weight of it, it's going to take some time to slide it aside. And even just a little, like as it moves, the pile shifts slightly and there's some debris that falls from it. There's no telling what'll happen if you can get this full stone block out of the way. And as you're doing that, Galaniel, you notice two shapes, the same beastmen that were at the gate, have now climbed up on top of the pile and are sort of tenuously standing on two of these massive stone blocks, looking down at you. One of them is readying a spear to throw. What are you going to do?
How many of them are standing on top of the brick pile?
Just the two, the same two. The guy that was vomiting bugs, and then the dude with the ram's horn.
Oh, okay. I'm going to sacrifice 2 of my arrows, one per.
Okay. So you want to take some shots at them?
Yeah, I think I will have. I think it's necessary.
Alrighty, sure. Go ahead and roll plus your dexterity. You're going to be making a volley.
Mm. 8.
All right, so you have a choice to make. You can choose to move to get the shot, so put yourself in some danger, maybe having a spear thrown at you or something. Or you can deal less damage than normal. You just kind of take a snapshot and hit them with whatever you can. Mm-hmm. Or you have to take several shots, in which case you'll lose one of your arrows.
Okay, I'll take the risk. I'll move closer.
Okay. All right. So so you have to move the bricks. Maybe when you go to line up the shot, there's a shifting of the pile, and you have to move to get the shot that you want. I assume you're shooting at the one that has the spear.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage against that guy.
Where do I find my damage?
It's just a D4. D4 for everybody.
Oh, roll D4.
Yep, just roll 1d4.
Oops. No, that's a low number.
It's the second best number you could have rolled.
Oh, good.
You're in the top 50%.
Yes.
And you kill him. You kill the bug vomiting Beastman.
Yes.
But in doing so, he doesn't get a chance to throw his spear. He gets his spear up. You just peg him with the arrow. He tumbles backwards, like pinwheels his arms a couple of times, and then falls over backwards. He hits his friend, who tumbles forward and starts the blocks crumbling down towards you. Just massive avalanche of bricks. So Elodia, Estra, Ackwell, and Galeniel, what are the four of you doing? You're the ones in danger of being crushed by the blocks.
Oh shit! Moving out of the way.
like politely stepping to the side, or like throwing.
Aside from everybody else get crushed. No, I'm gonna push.
You're gonna hurl someone else in the way.
I'll dive out of the way and take someone with me. I don't know who. Elodia, I guess.
Yes.
I
Okay.
have to return the favor of her saving my life because she saved my life.
Okay. All right. So Elodia, you're just gonna kind of roll with it. You're gonna let Estra pull you aside.
Yeah, I think I want to avoid the falling rocks.
Good call. Same thing, Ackwell and Galeniel, you're all just going to kind of scatter. That's the plan. I think it is.
Well, was Galeniel on a high ground anyways? When the rocks
no, but you remember you were in a good safe position, but you had to move to be able to shoot your arrow, so you're right under the shadow of a falling rock.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so everybody that needs to dodge clear to not be crushed, you're going to defy danger with your dexterity.
Okay.
Ooh.
That was an okay roll.
Yep.
Sick.
Okay.
I'm good. No.
God.
Okay, so that was Elodia, that roll.
Yeah.
You got to roll one more time for Galeniel.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm muted.
Yeah. And then
Thorell?
Stephanie, you got to roll once too.
Hi. How long have I been muted?
I don't know. I thought you were being quiet.
I was totally talking. I thought you guys were hearing me the whole time. I totally didn't know I was muted. That's
Just
so
secretly
funny.
messaging everyone. Just ignore Stephanie.
I was like, I would try to pull the rope out, and I thought that you guys heard me.
Oh shit!
And
Sorry.
I think even your reply matched, and then I just read it in chat that I was muted. Okay, I need to roll.
So, I only needed Livia. I only needed two of those three, but that's okay. We'll just use your first two.
Okay.
And then Aqua needs I need a roll from them. Okay. Eek, indeed.
Eek.
So, this is where it gets complicated. So, Estra, you see clear. You have this moment of perfect clarity where you can see because you've been in, I assume, under falling bricks before. This is not your first time at the brick rodeo. And the quality of your bricks from the last session, I'm pretty sure you've made houses that have fallen on you almost immediately.
God, well, my unibrow protects me.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you see this perfect way to leap clear from where you are, but if you take it, then Elodia is just going to be crushed. No,
I can't leave her. No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so here are your choices. Both of you will take some damage. There's a risk you'll both die, or you can get away scot-free, or you can definitely be crushed, and Elodia can be freed of the
God.
Oh, wow. There's option.
It's a gamble, because you could both get out okay, or you could just both die.
This makes me feel like I'm definitely gonna die.
Whose choice?
Mind too that, I mean, I guess Elodia, you could spend 2 points of luck to make this less bad on yourself, but I want to see what Estra chooses to do.
Estra is going to try to get us both out. So she's not going to sacrifice herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's not that noble.
Yeah. A slow motion, like Elodia, no.
Thinks about it for a split second, then is like, no, I would like to live too.
Okay.
So I guess we're rolling.
Okay, so you grab Elodia, try to leap free. Elodia, you have the chance here. You can spend, if you spend 2 luck, you can mitigate this slightly. I'll roll, if you can get your roll up to a 7, I'll roll a less painful die than I would have otherwise.
Okay, so 2d6?
No, just spend, how much luck does Elodia have?
Oh, 16.
Oh.
But then it has +2 as a modifier.
Yeah. So you can spend that 16. It'll go down permanently, but 16 is a lot of luck. So.
Okay, so how much should I spend?
If you spend, basically I have a die in mind. If you spend enough to get to 7, so you spend 2, then I'll reduce that 1 die type. If you want to spend 5 luck and go all the way up to 10, then you can both just get out like scot-free. But that's a ton of luck.
There's a lot of luck.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to sacrifice it. I mean, it'll get me down to 11, and that's still quite a lot left.
Okay, awesome. All right, so mark that off. You have 11 luck now, and so all of this is sort of happening in this moment of panic as the bricks start to fall. And Esther, you see the path clear. You go to grab Elodia. The two of you start to get pulled free, and as the blocks are falling, just out of sheer luck, a block lands directly in front of you and directly behind you, and you're just in the narrow gap between them. You're stuck, like they're squished in there, but nobody gets crushed or even like there's some minor scrapes.
Nice.
And probably like a heart attack, but we'll deal with that later.
We're nice.
So while that's happening, it looks like Galeniel, you're fine. You just gossamer and butterfly wings your way out of there. No problem. But the netright, the poor rope tying netright, Ackwell, you are on your own, friend. You're going to get a rock on you. The question is just how bad it's going to crush.
Good.
What do I need to do to determine that?
So if you choose to spend nothing, it's going to be very bad. If you spend 3 luck, it's just going to be mostly pretty bad.
Then I don't want to spend any luck. Actually, his luck is already 7. -1.
Okay, so what is you try to get free for a second, but there's a moment I think where Ackwell realizes like, nope, I am gonna have a giant block land on me. What is Ackwell thinking in that moment?
All he cares about is trying to save his rope, and that is why this happened. He's not actually focused on saving his life. He's like, oh my god, rope! Don't lose like that guy did with the planks. Oh, is that the same person? No, woman.
So your bond, Ackwell, do you remember your bond with Darrell?
I will convince Darrell of the value of my faith.
So it's rope you think of and not the god? Yeah?
That's totally it, actually. I'm infatuated with this rope.
Right, maybe the rope.
So distracted that I'm gonna die.
Okay, well let's see just how crushed Ackwell is.
All right.
Oh my god, do you have more than 1 hit point?
Hold on. I have 2!
Yes, awesome. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, you could have taken 10 damage there. That's nicely done.
Wait,
good
now,
game.
hold on. I had 3. I must have taken a point.
Yeah, you took 1 from the thorny thing. So you take
now
1 more
I'm down
damage.
to 1. Okay.
Yeah. So how are you saved? How does this happen that you don't just get crushed by the block?
Well, actually, it's a really good story, guys. Lavinia is secretly very fond of Ackwell, and in her drunkenness, her mommy car strength on top of a child. You know what I'm talking about? This kicked in, and she threw the rock up. I don't know where.
Wow.
Lavinia had great drunk strength?
Yep.
Awesome.
Because Ackwell's like a brother to her, and she was like, no! And threw the...
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Well, true story.
Miraculously, no one is crushed by the falling rocks. let's see how the Beastman fares in his tumbling down the side of the hill. Oh, he's dead. He totally dies. He falls and breaks his neck. So yeah, the Beastman is the last thing to land as the rocks all come crumbling down, and he kind of lands funny on his head and then twitches a few times and then stops moving.
Good.
And you have in the ensuing collapse, the blocks that were blocking the blue mist have sort of fallen away, and you can see it's not much bigger than it was before, but there's definitely a narrow opening that wedges itself down into a second level underneath, and there's this weird kind of glowing blue mist seeping out. The alarm is sort of fading in the distance. It seems like they're not ringing it quite as loudly, though that might just be that the sentry has left the bell. So there's relative silence. There's the fading of the bell in the distance, kind of caught on the fall wind, and just a bit of like shuffling of the rocks. Gwen, your pigs immediately start going over to the edge of the little crevasse where the blue mist is coming out of and sort of snuffling around. Okay.
I'm going to let them sniff around. I'm going to watch them very carefully, but I'm going to let them check it out.
Okay. All right. They seem curious, but not willing to like wedge themselves into the opening. They come back to you and sort of like nuzzle up against you. You notice both of them, their notes are covered in frost.
Okay.
Interesting.
The opening itself is like pretty narrow, but I mean, you've got at least one character that'd be able to fit down there, no problem. What would you like to do?
Which character can fit down the?
I would say probably the halfling would be the first choice for that one. Anybody else who's like short or small or skinny as their character descriptor could all fit you.
I think
also the pile isn't nearly as dangerous as it was before. You can climb over it now if you want to.
Oh.
Whoa.
Maybe we should climb to the other side. And also kind of, are we going to have to walk past the hole? We can all just like peek in.
Yeah, I mean the hole is just sort of sitting there. Like you can all go over and look at it, but it's hard to see down it because it's sort of eclipsed by the stones above it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go in for sure.
Yeah, Lavinia you want to try and get in there?
I want to know. Aquel almost died for this hole. Now I want to know what's inside.
Okay. All right. So
should
for
the
Lavinia,
rest of us cross? I'm gonna cross my other two players over too.
Okay. So you want to climb over the now much less dangerous pile of rocks?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when you climb up to the top of the pile of stones, you can see the inside of the keep. It's quite large, which obviously you can tell from the outside. From where you're standing, you can see that in the courtyard there's the portcullis gate that's on the opposite side where you came from. There's the tower, which is sort of the only remaining structure at the far corner, like directly opposite the square from you. There's a well. It's like a covered well in the middle of the courtyard. There's a small building, like a little outbuilding attached to one of the walls. And then the northeast corner is completely collapsed. There's like a massive sinkhole over there. And it's much too dark to see much more detail than that.
This is what I can see, and
we
can all see from where we are.
It climbs up on top of
cool. I gotcha.
Okay. So there's a sinkhole, and what were the two other things?
Big sinkhole, a small kind of like stables-looking building, and the tower, plus a well.
But no more like demons running at us?
No, the corridor room's quiet.
Okay. All right, that's terrifying. Neil looks. Who's standing up at the top? I forget.
I think pretty much everybody but Lavinia, unless anybody wants to still be on the other side.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So Smoniel, the elven troubadour, turns to Gwen and says, "That looks a little ominous, don't you think?"
Definitely.
Your pigs look pretty curious. Do you think they can sense something down there?
It's definitely cold, but they don't seem too interested in any particular sense or anything like that. So, I don't know.